Because you find out in a hurry what this Big 12 conference is like, and you go on the road and lose a tough one at a ranked Oklahoma team. Now you got to come back and face another ranked team in Kansas.
Yeah, I've said all along, this Big 12 women's side has been the highest RPI over the last 5 or 6 years. So, I mean, this is not a surprise. I mean, if you look last year, out of 10 teams, 8 of them went to postseason. One won the national championship, one won the NIT national championship. So, I knew what we were getting into when we got into this league.
Still a feeling that you let one slip away.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We got an 8-point lead, and but then you can't foul out 4 people, put them at the line 39 times, and you go to the line 13 times. And they score 31 points from the foul line, on their home floor. That it's kind of tough to overcome that, but we there at the end we had people on the bench that had fouled out that our scores, and it makes it tough to score going down the stretch like that when they're on the bench.
So like you said after the Iowa game, or whether we agreed or disagreed with the calls, you have to adjust to the way the officials.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the first thing I told the players. I said, you know what, if people are going to call it close, then you got to play that way. If people are going to let it go, then you got to play that way. And we weren't smart again. We just didn't adjust. And once again, it cost us the game because we didn't adjust. And I'm not blaming the officials. I'm not blaming. It's our fault. But it's just a shame we played so hard. I was proud of them the way we went up there and played hard and had a lot of chances to get that first win in the Big 12 on the road at Oklahoma, but didn't get it. So now we got to get ready for tomorrow. Kansas, another great team, All-American point guard, big-time center, and has a lot of pieces around them too. So it's going to be a challenge.
So like what you said in the Big East, you got to win your own games and try to split on the road.
Well, Big 12, that's more important in the Big 12, I think, than in the Big East. Because you're going to play everybody twice. So, you got to be able to get people at home. And I hope our players understand the importance of this game Saturday. But, it's kind of tough. You get home at 2. Yesterday we didn't do much of practice because we didn't have, we got home late. Didn't have, a lot of legs and we're a little bit tired. So I see right now in the Big 12 you're probably only going to get one day of really practice in between a Wednesday and Saturday game, especially if you have a away game. So, it's going to be challenging, but, it's a good challenge. It's not a bad challenge. It's a good challenge, and we're going to have to adjust to that.
You coached against their coach earlier in your tenure here when she was at Tech, and the Big East there, or what you've seen on tape, or her team, this Kansas team reminds you of some of her
Tech team, she was very athletic. This team's very athletic. Point guard is as good as any point guard I've seen in a long time. They have a big post inside, 6'3", 6'4", that's as active as any post I've seen. And then they have some great players around them that, play the role and can shoot the three, can also defend and play. They play a lot of man. They'll play a little bit of 2-3. And they get after you, man. They push the ball up and down the floor. They're athletic, and they push the ball up and down the floor. We're going to have to be ready to not only defend but get up and down the floor, and that's a good thing for us because we do play a lot of people.
Yeah, as always, it's going to be key to keep Dunning on the floor, obviously.
I've said it all along. Y'all. I think what she played 12 minutes, 13 minutes the other night, and it just really hurts us. We've talked about it. We've said it real nice. We've said it not so nice. I don't know what else to do. It comes to a time when, she just got to want to be on the floor and make adjustments and quit fouling. And because we need her on the floor. See, that's the thing. It'd be one thing if we did need her, but we do need her. For example, Oklahoma the other day was 6'6" and 6'4" inside starters. Then when Yaya goes out, we come in with Crystal Leary at 6'1", 6'2", and Avery at 6 foot. So it does hurt us, defensively and offensively because y'all can score, and teams have to account for y'all, and it really hurts us when she's not playing. It really does.
Obviously, you would have been in major trouble if Palmer had not been hitting her shot. It shows what she's capable of doing.
Yeah, we don't need Taylor, yesterday she was feeling good. We don't need Taylor to score 30 points. We need Taylor to be consistent. And if she can just be consistent and be at threat from the perimeter and be consistent, that's all we need her to do. We just need some other players to pick it up. And quite frankly, we got to get an inside game. I mean, we got to be able to defend better in the paint, and we got to be able to score better in the paint. And if we don't do that, I'll tell you what, we're playing a lot of teams that can do that. So we just got to be able to correct some of those problems. I thought the last crowd was very good. I thought they were enthusiastic, very good. And we need that because, man, our players are seeing that on the road. They need to see it at home, too.
So ultimately, whether there's 5,000 people here tomorrow or 500, you still got to win the game.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you can't blame wins and losses on crowds. I don't do that. I just want it for our players. I mean, it's not for me. I could care less if we're playing in 5,000 or 500, but our players do. And I want them to be motivated, and that I do care about if they're motivated. So, that's the only reason I ever say anything about the crowd. And I know I'm not talking about it, but people always, I always cry about the crowd. I'm not crying. It's not for me. If I don't stand up for our girls, who does? And it's not for me at all. It's for our players because, I feel obligated to stand up for them, and they deserve to be stood up for.